doesn't the government understand that there just isn't more for them to steal? I mean, don't they understand?
No, they don't understand because of the lifestyles that they live. Look, Alex, the worst job I ever had in my life was when I was the assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate. I may have mentioned this on the air. I'd be hanging around the back of the chamber with my pal, and a senator would walk in, and my buddy would leave me to go follow the senator like a little puppy dog to go pull out the chair to help him sit down. These people live like royalty. Look at they fly around the world in their own planes that we, the taxpayer, pay for. They're totally disconnected.
Yeah, now they're giving the entire...
I'm sorry, what?
No, I'm interrupting. Now they're giving the entire House leadership and Senate leadership their own super luxury jets, their own security. They're just absolutely out of control.
Exactly. They're totally disconnected, just like they were when in France, when it was off with their heads. They don't understand what's going on with the average, everyday working person who has a lousy job, crummy pay, lost benefits, and don't even know if they're going to get a job. Oh, and here's one. How about getting out of college and being, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 in debt? Look, we know Ivy League graduates at a law school that can't find jobs. You think they're going to be angry? The revolution has begun. As you pointed out, they're squeezing the little people. Boy, you go through a red light, but they got it on camera. They got you. Everything, the septic tanks, taxes, on and on and on. Toilet taxes, we're going to continue to see it. The revolution is happening. And so now what we're also saying is that we're forecasting a third party by 2012. And we're calling it, for lack of another name, progressive libertarian. Progressive in the things that you talk about with organic foods, with a higher quality of life, without buying junk. Libertarian in the truest sense. Look, this is classic empire decline. Could you imagine being involved in foreign entanglements costing us, what is it costing us, $8 billion a month just to be in Iraq? And at a time when the Treasury is being depleted. So that's the new party that we're seeing forming. And possibly someone like a Jesse Ventura or others could be leading this movement.
Now, Gerald, in the time we have, I want to take some calls. I want to expand on this. There's dangers, though. The establishment, generally when the banks loot a country, they fund a communist or a fascist movement to consolidate control, or a communist movement. And we're in a fascist paradigm right now, but I see through Obama or a future president that the establishment is attempting to sell socialism or communism, but really that's just a way to consolidate the people's wealth and give it to offshore banks, but selling to the little guy that, oh yes, like Michael Moore's new film, capitalism did this, and so the answer is rob the rich. Put caps on what people can be paid. But that won't be put on the big banks and the offshore corporations. That's going to be put on local businesses and local companies. And so kind of the howling mob of people that don't trust the government, but they can be misdirected by the social engineers to then further rob the hereditary enemy of the elite, what's left of the middle class. And so how do we navigate that? Because we know the social engineers have got a lot of tricks up their sleeves.
Well, it's going to be a difficult one, and you really nailed it. They're taxing the American business people out of business. They're giving the big tax breaks to the big guys, and Michael Moore is wrong about capitalism. Capitalism isn't dead. Capitalism didn't cause this problem. It was caused by the criminal gangs, the Wall Street mob. You've heard me say this. If the names on Wall Street were named Celente, Caruso, Mondavi, Buitoni, Rossini, Bellini, they call it the mafia. But you're not allowed to call these white shoe boys crooks and criminals. Oh, no. They don't do loan sharking. That's just the cost of doing business to charge 30% on a credit card. Oh, no, they don't do Ponzi schemes or pyramid scams. They do credit default swaps, auction rate securities. No, and they're blaming it on capitalism, just like you said, to turn it into fascism. There's nothing wrong with capitalism. This This is greed and corruption. This is the Robert Rubins. This is the Henry Paulsons. This is the Larry Summers, the genius. Larry the Genius Summers. These are the people that have created it. Timothy Geithner. There's nothing wrong with capitalism, so they're going to blame it on capitalism, and just like you pointed out, they're going to use it to turn it around to gain more control.
And what's amazing about this is we know that it's Madoff who founded the NASDAQ. We know it's Ken Lay that came up with the global carbon trading scam. Schwarzenegger's announcing he's going to ban TVs above 40 inches, tax all the rest. Taxes on firearms, taxes on farms, taxes on ranches, taxes on beef, taxes on plastic. A wet blanket on an already staggering economy that is burning out, that is becoming extinguished. They want to destroy the economy so that they can consolidate it. And we witness these criminals just expanding their scams and never stopping and only getting more greedy with no end in sight.
No end in sight. And here's another trend that we're working on. I'm giving two trends. The first one was for 2010 is Terror 2010. The next one is Buy America. As they devalue the dollar and the currencies around the world are worth more, they're going to come in here and buy this country up for dimes on the dollar. So all you people out there, you're going to, you know who the man you're going to be working for? Well, the man's going to be from China. You're going to be from countries with money. And that's what's going on in this country. We're all going to be enslaved.
Stay there, Gerald. We'll come back and talk more about that. Gerald Celente is our guest. And his website is trendsresearch.com, trendsresearch.com. I'm Alex Jones. Our websites are Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, and Infowars.net. Stay with us.